Hey loves, welcome to the channel. It's me, Daniela. Hope you're all doing well. So it's been a while now since I last gave you guys a hair update, and that's because like low-key I'm a bit disappointed with myself. I felt as though I disappointed you guys as well, because I came on here like, oh, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing, and then I'm like, oh, I messed up. And then since then things kind of went downhill a bit, and like it's slightly stagnant at the moment. So let's just get into it and tell you guys what I'll be doing as part of my hair care regime for 2023. So first things first, I feel as though the main reason like I did lose a bit more hair was probably is a delayed reaction to the minoxidil that I was using. Yeah, I did lose a bit, but then probably months later on, that's when it finally kicked in, and then I did experience the full withdrawal of it. Do you guys get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's one of the factors that I feel like contributed to the further hair loss. And then girl was stressed out. Girl was stressed out. I don't want to admit it, but low-key I was. As some of you might know, I did start a new job, and then trying to learn new processes and procedure over Google Meet isn't the easiest. It's not the easiest, to be honest, and it did take me a while to like settle in and know how to do certain things. But 6 months in now, and I feel like I've progressed. I've learned a lot, and as usual there's still room to learn more, but I'm not so hard on myself now. And my diet, it wasn't the best in the last few months. I'm going to be the first to put up my hands and say like, yeah, everything that I told you guys in the previous videos, like, oh, don't do this, don't do that, avoid inflammatory food. I was doing that. Like lunchtime I'll be at Wendy's or Greg's on my way into work. I stop at Costco, Starbucks, Cafe Nero. Not the best option, because like the sugar, and if I was just having a coffee that would be okay, but then I found myself being addicted to like pastries, like croissants and stuff. I don't know why, but I'm going to cut that out for this year. I've started to like reduce my intake of certain things already, but I need to be a bit more strict. So yes, I feel like my diet and all of that played a huge factor into my hair care journey, my hair growth journey. So with that being said, I did do a lot of research over the Christmas period and even into early January, and I think I've finally come to a solution that will work. So first things first, we are going to reduce the inflammatory food. I've been on a a lifestyle change since January, and that has been going good. So hopefully I can continue on this path and I don't mess up. Like, yeah, every now and then you might feel the urge for like have a bit more sugary stuff, because sometimes I feel like because I'm not having that much sugar, my energy level drop. I don't know, it could be just in my mind. And then the next thing is I want to be like super consistent with my vitamins. So you know, all the vitamins, my iron, my vitamin D, my zinc, all of that, I'm going to be super consistent with it, because up to like say late November I'll take it Monday, and then I won't take it again to Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday I'm like, oh, Daniela, you didn't take your vitamins, like what's going on? And I take it, like I just keep skipping days. So 2023 we aren't doing that. So far I've been doing good, and I have to top up the other day as well. So let's stay on this part. But based on my research, I also wanted to incorporate red light therapy and mesotherapy. So red light therapy is supposed to be really good because it repairs the muscle and the tissue, and it helps to stimulate growth. So I've done one session of that. I'll get into that later on into the video. And then also mesotherapy. So mesotherapy is a non-invasive hair care treatment. To be honest, they use it for a lot of stuff. So like wrinkles, skincare issues that persons have, mesotherapy can tackle a lot of different issues, but I'll be using it for my scalp. So It's basically where they have like a machine and it's puncturing several different needles into your scalp at the same time, and they apply, or they can inject I would say a little potion with a lot of good items in it, so like minerals, vitamins, biotin, aminic acid, is that the name for it? Yes, but like it contains a lot of good vitamins and supplements that your hair would need to like just stimulate growth in that area, and it's supposed to be really effective. So based on articles that I've read, as opposed to regain, that you can see up to 50% of regrowth. Mesotherapy, you can see up to 90% of that area having regrowth. So I'm super excited about that. I was informed of PRP, so I was informed about that by the trichologist, because that's the other thing. Since December, I've been searching high and low for a salon that not only tackles your hair and is good with the styling, but will be able to deal with like scalp issues. So that's the thing, because like a lot of persons, like, yeah, they're good with a wig, they can do a good install, but like, are you able to assist someone with their hair care issues, like scalp issues? I find like most persons aren't. So the person that I found, to be honest, I did see her page on Instagram before, but I don't know why. I wasn't interested then, because like I was seeing progress, so there wasn't no need. But the other day, like, it just came back to me, like, it just popped up. Like, I was googling Instagram, and then like her page came up like few days later on, and before I even buzzed, I just went ahead again, did my double check, reach out to her, message her like, oh, what do you recommend? And it turns out she's not only a hairstylist, but she's also a trichologist. And before, like, several persons would comment under the video and say like, oh, they've been to a trichologist, and the trichologist would say like they have Ccca. But then in my opinion, I was thinking like, oh, what's the difference between a trichologist and a dermatologist? But it turns out that a trichologist, it seems like it's a more holistic approach, and I kind of like that, as opposed to the dermatologist. Yeah, they are board certified, they have medical papers, but I feel as though with the dermatologist, yay, they do the biopsy, they tell you that you have that, but it's just a one solution thing for everyone. So they will tell you like, oh yeah, just use the minoxidil, just apply this cream. But with the trichologist, I felt like I got so much information during that session. And the session, I went there thinking like, oh, it would be like a 1 hour, 2 hour thing, but it wasn't. So the session I had, it lasted for like 4 hours. That might not be the case for everyone, but like I was pleasantly surprised. And I'll be going back. So I've already booked my appointment in 4 weeks time to visit her again. So in the session, I had the scalp analysis, mesotherapy, and the red light therapy, and also a scalp detox. So a lot of stuff, but I feel like it was definitely value for money. And one of the main issues I had before I even went to her was that I would wash my hair, and like after washing it, it feels as though there was a little phlegm over it. It never feels completely clean. It feels like there was a layer of oil, or I don't know, it felt cloggy to me. So she suggested a scalp detox, but even before doing that, she did the scalp analysis, and that was just so informative. I have a small clip, so I'll include it for you guys. But the scalp analysis, it basically shows my hair follicles. Some of my follicles are inflamed, and I did know that because for the first time in the longest while, like in November thereabouts, my scalp felt sore. I haven't had a sore scalp in like months, if not over a year now. And that's one of the reasons, like, in December I said like, oh Daniela, you need to start this out, because I'm like, what's going on? Why is my scalp being sore again? Like, this is new for me. I've never experienced this in the longest while. So she did do the scalp analysis, and the scalp analysis showed that a few of my follicles were inflamed, and then with my follicles as well, she's saying that normally you should have 3 hair strands coming out from a follicle, but with mine, some of them is only 1. But regardless of that, she said that's pretty good, because for some persons, they don't even have 1, they don't have any. So given the fact that I have 1, I just need to stimulate it and help it to grow as strong as possible. So there is a possibility that everything will come back. I didn't doubt that that was an option, because as you guys know, it did regrow early last year, and yeah, this is just a little bump in the road. So we're coming over that bump now, and we're going to see the progress. So we did do the scalp analysis, and she said yes, my scalp is a bit congested, like I'm applying a bit too much oil onto it. Not even too much oil. That's the other thing I discovered. She's saying like I shouldn't be applying oil onto my scalp. The oil should be going onto my hair. Oil shouldn't be applied to the scalp. And like that was new to me, because like growing up, you get your magic blue, you get your sulfur 8, and you put it on your scalp. So I'm like, I get what you're saying, that yeah, it would clog the pore, but that's what I grew up doing. So she's like, yeah, we have to like change up all of that. That's stuff that we did in the past, but no, we need to change that. So you can apply your serums and stuff like that, water-based serums, onto your scalp, but oils should be for the hair. So I'm going to try my very best not to apply any oils. I have so many oils. So that's the other thing as well. I was saying to her like, oh, I have rosemary oil, castor oil, I have this oil. She's like, first things first, castor oil is way too heavy for your hair. In general, castor oil should be diluted. We shouldn't be using it like straight like that. So I'm like, okay. But I could understand what she's saying, because in the past when I apply castor oil, I just feel like it weighed on my hair, and then my hair is very fine as well, so it doesn't react well to the castor oil. But you know, you grow up here and oh, Jamaican castor oil is very good for regrowth, hair growth and stuff like that. So I'm like, regardless of how it makes my hair feel, I should be using it. She's like, no, you need to stop doing that, and you need to just dilute it as well. So I do have rosemary oil, so I think I'm just going to mix it with the rosemary oil to dilute it. And what else? So after doing the scalp analysis, she did go ahead and detox, do a scalp detox, and then with a scalp detox she did a hair hydration, so it's a 2-in-1. So the hair hydration was with the aloe vera, and guys, you know, I was saying just now that my hair, it felt a bit like there was a layer over it, and my scalp felt clogged. My hair has never felt this light. My hair just feels light. Like sometimes I have to be touching my scalp to feel like, oh yeah, I still have hair. It's not gone. It didn't mysteriously just disappear. Like I've never felt this light ever. Ever. I don't know what it was exactly. I don't know if it's a procedure she did or like the way she was there scrubbing it, but like my scalp feels so clean. Not clean to the sense, you know, sometimes clean people associate that squeaky tight feeling to being clean. No, it's nothing like that. It just feels so light and airy. So if you guys are experiencing anything that I just mentioned, like your hair feeling clogged and it's not feeling the cleanest despite you cleaning it to the best you can, you washing it weekly and stuff like that, definitely try considering a scalp detox, because it's done wonders. I'll definitely try doing that again. I probably don't need it in the 4 weeks, next 4 weeks that I go back, but every now and then I feel like I need to top up. I've already recommended it to my friend because like she has a bit of dry scalp, I would say. So I'm like, girl, you need to try a scalp detox as well. Like you'll come out feeling like a brand new woman. So yeah, that's that for the scalp detox. I did do the red light therapy. Red light therapy is basically you just sitting underneath it, but whilst doing the red light therapy, she did go ahead and do the mesotherapy. And to be honest, I don't know what I expected. Lucky, I thought that the area would have been numb, but it wasn't. So
I'm gonna start off slowly and let you know.
Oh.
Okay. How does this feel?
Oh.
How is it feeling?
Yeah.
Painful?
Manageable. Oh. Okay.
If it's unbearable, let me know so then I can.
It's not. It's just like it takes
it's different.
Yeah.
Is this what you said you saw, right?
Yeah.
Let it rest for a bit. I'm gonna go a bit lower.
Okay.
It looks so funny on the red light. Like your face is red. Yeah. That makes sense. We go all the way this way. Right now what we're doing is mesotherapy with red light therapy. So she's got Ccca. So just you tend to get balding in the center of the scalp first. Yeah, and then it starts to spread in certain areas. But what we've done is we've stimulated her blood flow on the scalp. Because what tends to happen is when you have hair loss, you just stop doing everything. You do all the hairstyles, but you don't stimulate the blood flow enough. So we've done like a scalp detox, and now we're doing the mesotherapy. So we are basically injuring the first layer of the skin, which is the dermis. And then infusing that with biotin, so biotin peptides, so that will stimulate the blood flow, and the same with the red light therapy as well.
In the middle, like the first round, it was okay. When she did the first round, it was okay. I think the most sensitive area for myself is the edges right here. These little corner right here, I don't know what about it, but when she did it the first time, I'm like, yeah, I can feel that it hurts a bit. But the second one, I'm like, ooh. And then she was trying to do it like a third time in that area. I'm like, no. She's like, yeah, I know, we'd have to stop. But the only issue is because for my hair care plan going forward, she was saying like, oh, we need to mix it up with a bit of mesotherapy and the PRP. So like probably this time you do the mesotherapy, next time you do the PRP. But she said like, oh, if you can't manage the mesotherapy, she's not sure if I'll be able to manage a full treatment of the PRP. Sorry, I didn't explain properly, but PRP is where they take blood from yourself and infuse that with the potion. I say potion, but it's vitamins, biotin, and minerals. So that's, so that is a bit more, it's a bit more needles and stuff like that, so it would be a bit more painful. So I'm not sure, probably after doing the mesotherapy for a few more sessions, I can work my way up to doing the PRP. But yeah guys, that's my little hair care journey / hair care regime update for 2023. I don't think there's anything else to add at the moment. As I said, I'll include the little clips that I did take when I went to visit her. If you guys are interested, I'll also link her Instagram page in the description box. There's actually 2 locations. I think if I was going to do the PRP, I would have to go to the nurse, because she does work with a nurse to do some of these procedures. So it just depends on what you want. So if you prefer to go for the nurse, you can go for the nurse. If you want to use her, she's the trichologist, then you have the option to. But so far, based on my discussion with her and how I'm feeling at the moment, as I said to you, my scalp feels so clean. And yes, the mesotherapy, it's a slight pain, but the only thing is, a few days later on, she was, no, not a few days later on, she said like, you can't be applying too much styling gel and stuff like that, or doing any tight cornrows. So when I did book the session, I did book it for her to do cornrows afterwards, but she's like, no, that's too much tension on the scalp. And I appreciate that. I appreciate that, because some person, they'll be like, take your money, more money. But she was like, no, that I wouldn't recommend that. So instead, she did some very light twists. So I did appreciate that. And the day after, I had to mirror my way because I got an appointment somewhere and I didn't want to go out looking crazy. But surprise, surprise, I didn't need to lay my edges or anything like that. I think this edges thing, as everyone in a chokehold, so even when you don't need to, you think you have to. So I applied for the first ever. I applied my wig and I didn't like do down no baby hair and anything like that, and I was okay. So I think going forward, like, yeah, no, you guys know I don't have any edges really, so that's the thing as well. She did do some of the mesotherapy on my edges. As I was saying, like, the edges, that's the most sensitive area for me. But yeah, I had to lay down my edges, because going back like this, like, this section will be bald if I don't try and camouflage it. So yeah, I think a few days later on, like, my scalp feels okay. It's not that sensitive as how it was when I just did it, because like, even the day after, I could like feel here, it wasn't, I wouldn't say sore, but it was a bit tender. So yeah, I did it on Wednesday. Today is now Saturday, and it's alright. It feels normal now. So I guess that's something you have to consider if you are going to do this. Just like the downtime, because like, if you're someone that you need your hair to be cornrow for your wigs, that's not a possibility. But yeah, guys, look, girl has a little bun. A little bun. So regardless of what's going on here, a little growth is going on. Hair is growing. Because I was saying to her as well, like, would she recommend for me to cut it and like start over fresh? She's like, no, you have really nice hair, so like, you just need to work on getting the middle to regrow, and then do trims every I think she said every 6 to 8 weeks I need to do trim. So I did do a trim. That's the first professional trim I've had in God knows when, long time now, because like, yeah, long time now. Before I was just like trimming it myself, but like, my trim is like, that's nothing. I can't trim, I'm not a professional. But yeah, enough about this. Hope you guys found this video useful and informative, and as usual, I'll just try to update you guys every now and then when there's something to report on. And if you guys are interested, as I said, I'll also link her page in the description box. You can always check her out. It is a London-based salon, so I think if you guys are living elsewhere, just Google a trichologist that offers mesotherapy, red light therapy, and stuff like that. So thank you guys so much for watching, and as usual, don't forget to go ahead, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. So bye for now. Bye.